You don't sign up for sumo training because you're in great shape. You sign up because you saw a video at 2 a.m., watched 300-pound men move with the grace of ballet dancers, and thought, how hard could it be? The answer is very hard. Catastrophically hard. Hard in ways your body didn't know it could hurt. The stable is in a quiet neighborhood in Tokyo, tucked between apartment buildings like it's been there since the Edo period, and everyone just built around it. You arrive at 6:45 a.m. because the email said 7 o'clock sharp, and you're not about to be the foreigner who shows up late to a place where discipline is measured in centuries. The building looks modest from the outside. Inside, it smells like sweat, clay, and something you can only describe as dedication. There are 12 wrestlers already training when you walk in. 12 men ranging from teenage rookies to veterans in their 30s, all moving through exercises that look simple until you realize they've been doing them for 2 hours already, and you haven't even taken your shoes off yet. You're instructed to sit on the floor at the edge of the practice ring, not on a chair. The floor, cross-legged. You will remain this way for the next hour while you watch, and you're already wondering if your knees will forgive you. The stable master is watching from the corner. He's 58, a former sekitori who retired with honor and now runs this operation with the precision of a Swiss watchmaker and the intensity of a drill sergeant. He doesn't smile. He doesn't need to. His presence is the message. The training starts with shiko. You've seen this in videos, the iconic sumo leg lift where a wrestler raises one leg high, holds it, then stamps it down like he's trying to wake up the earth's core. What the videos don't convey is the sound. The impact of a 280-pound man driving his foot into clay echoes through the room like a drum. One wrestler does it, then another, then all of them in sequence. Boom, boom, boom. It's rhythmic, hypnotic, deeply intimidating. Deeply. Each lift is held for 10 seconds. You count in your head. By second 7, the wrestler's standing leg is trembling. By second 9, every muscle in his supporting hip is visible through the strain. At second 10, the foot comes down and the process repeats on the other side. They do this 100 times as a warm-up. You're watching from the floor and your own legs hurt in sympathy. One of the younger wrestlers notices you staring. He's maybe 19, compact, built like someone who's been doing this since middle school. He gestures for you to stand up. Your moment has arrived. You're about to do shiko in a real sumo stable, and every person in this room is about to watch you fail. You step onto the clay. It's softer than you expected, with just enough give that you understand why they train barefoot. The young wrestler demonstrates again, slowly. He raises his right leg until his thigh is parallel to the ground, holds it with perfect stability, then brings it down with controlled force. He makes it look effortless. He's lying. You try. Right leg up. Immediately your hip flexor starts screaming. Your standing leg wobbles. Your arms flail out for balance like you're on a tightrope in a windstorm. You hold the position for maybe 4 seconds before your leg comes down in what can generously be described as a collapse. The young wrestler nods encouragingly. You've just completed 1 shiko. Professional sumo wrestlers do 300 of these every morning. The stable master says something in Japanese. The translator who came with you explains that you'll do 10. Just 10. You're relieved until you finish the 3rd one and realize 10 might as well be 1,000. By the 5th shiko, your legs are shaking so badly you look like you're standing on a paint mixer. By the 8th, you're sweating through your shirt and questioning every decision that led you to this moment. You finish all 10. Nobody claps. This is the bare minimum, and everyone in the room knows it. Next is matawari, the full leg split. You're told to spread your legs as wide as possible, then lean forward until your chest touches the ground. The translator adds that you should hold this position for 10 seconds. You look at the veteran wrestler demonstrating. His legs are 180 degrees apart. His torso is flat on the clay. His head is down. He looks like he's been folded in half by a hydraulic press. He's breathing normally. You attempt the split. Your legs make it to about 90 degrees before your groin muscles start filing a formal complaint. You lean forward. You make it maybe 6 inches before your hamstrings threaten to snap like old rubber bands. The translator mercifully tells you that's enough. Flexibility takes years. You've been here for 20 minutes. Then comes teppo. This is the striking drill where wrestlers repeatedly slam their palms into a wooden pole to build pushing power. The pole is about 8 inches in diameter, worn smooth by decades of hands hitting it thousands of times per day. You're shown the form, squat low, keep your back straight, drive your palm upward into the pole, alternating hands. The rhythm should be steady. The power should come from your legs and core, not your arms. You begin. Left hand, left, right. It feels manageable for about 15 seconds. Then your shoulders start burning. Then your thighs. The squat position you're holding isn't deep by sumo standards, but your quads are already threatening to quit. You're supposed to do this for 3 minutes straight. You make it 90 seconds before the stable master signals you to stop. He's not being kind. He's preventing injury. What strikes you isn't the physical difficulty. You expected that. It's the mental component. Every exercise demands complete focus. Your breathing, your balance, the exact angle of your knee, the precise moment of impact. There's no autopilot mode. Every second requires conscious control of your entire body, and your brain isn't used to working this hard just to move. The wrestlers rotate into practice matches. This is tachi-ai, where the winner stays in the ring and faces the next challenger. You watch two men collide at the center of the ring with a sound like a car accident. They grapple, they push. Their feet slide across the clay in that distinctive sumo shuffle, staying connected to the ground with every movement. 10 seconds later, one man is out of the ring. The winner stays. The next challenger steps up. You're not going to do this part. That much is clear. But watching it up close, you finally understand what you're seeing. This isn't just strength. It's leverage, timing, and balance, executed at maximum intensity for brief explosive moments. Every match is a conversation in physics conducted at the speed of violence. After an hour and 40 minutes, training ends. Not gradually, just stops. The stable master claps twice. Everyone bows. The wrestlers disperse to clean the practice area, and you're guided to a side room where you're given a towel and water that you drink like someone who just crossed a desert. Your legs are shaking. Not dramatically, just a constant low-frequency tremor that suggests your nervous system is filing a complaint. Your shoulders feel like they've been tenderized with a mallet. There's a specific soreness forming in your lower back that you know will be much worse tomorrow. But here's what's strange. You don't feel defeated, exhausted, absolutely, humbled, completely. But there's something else underneath. A weird satisfaction that comes from discovering exactly how far your body can be pushed before it starts negotiating terms of surrender. The translator tells you that the next part of the daily routine is the meal. Chanko nabe. This is the dish that fuels the entire operation. You're led into a communal dining area where an enormous pot sits steaming on a burner. The pot is bigger than any cookware you've ever seen in a residential setting. Inside is a universe of ingredients. Chicken, tofu, fish cakes, cabbage, mushrooms, carrots, green onions, all swimming in a broth that smells like comfort and sodium. The wrestlers serve themselves in an order determined by rank. The senior guys go first, then the mid-level, then the rookies. You're given a bowl somewhere in the middle of that hierarchy, which feels generous considering you can barely do 10 shiko without rethinking your life choices. You sit on the floor at a low table. The portion in your bowl would be considered a full meal for 2 people. You're told this is a small serving by stable standards. The average wrestler will have 3 or 4 bowls of this, plus 5 to 10 bowls of rice. You look at your single bowl and wonder how a human stomach can even accommodate that volume. The nabe itself is lighter than you expected. Mostly vegetables, protein, broth. It's not some calorie bomb designed to pack on weight immediately. The weight gain comes from the quantity consumed and what happens next. After eating, the wrestlers nap. This is when the body absorbs everything and converts it into the mass needed to compete at the highest levels. You eat slowly. The wrestlers around you eat efficiently without conversation. This isn't a social meal, it's fuel delivery. The room is quiet except for the sound of chopsticks and the occasional request to pass the rice. Nobody's scrolling their phone. Nobody's talking about plans for later. Everyone is present in the single task of eating enough to sustain a body that's been worked to its absolute limit. You finish your bowl, you're offered more. You decline, not because you're trying to be polite, but because your stomach has reached a diplomatic agreement with your brain that any additional input will result in consequences neither party wants to experience. After the meal, you're shown the sleeping quarters, rows of futons laid out on tatami mats. This is where the lower-ranked wrestlers sleep together in one shared space. Privacy is a privilege earned through rank. The senior wrestlers have their own rooms. Some even live outside the stable entirely once they reach the salaried divisions. But for everyone starting out, this is home. Communal, structured, and completely transparent. The translator explains that the youngest wrestlers wake earliest. They prepare the practice space, cook the meals, and handle the daily chores. They serve the senior wrestlers, clean their training gear, and maintain the stable. It's not hazing, it's the system. Everyone went through it. Everyone understood that ranking isn't just about skill in the ring. It's about discipline, service, and understanding your place in something larger than yourself. You think about the Western approach to training. Individual gym memberships, personal goals, isolated workouts with headphones in. This is the opposite. Everything here is collective. You train together, you eat together, you sleep in the same room. Your success is tied to the success of everyone around you, and the system doesn't allow you to forget it. Before you leave, the stable master speaks to you through the translator. He says that most tourists come to watch. Very few try to participate. He appreciates that you attempted the exercises even though your body wasn't ready. He says flexibility and strength can be built over time, but willingness to try something that makes you look foolish in front of others? That's harder to teach. You bow. He bows back. You're given a small token, a hand towel with the stable's emblem on it. It's not ceremonial, it's just a towel, but it feels significant anyway, like proof that you were here and participated in something that exists outside the normal flow of tourist experiences. You step outside into Tokyo sunlight. The street looks the same as it did 3 hours ago, but you feel different. Your legs are stiff. Your shoulders are screaming. There's a soreness forming in muscles you didn't know you had. But what stays with you isn't the physical discomfort. It's the realization that this is what discipline looks like when it's not performative. No motivational speeches, no Instagram posts about the grind. Just people waking up at 5 in the morning and doing brutally hard things because that's what the craft requires. Every single day. For years. Some for their entire lives. You wanted to try sumo training, and you did. You discovered that the gap between watching something and doing it is wider than the Pacific. That tradition isn't just history. It's a daily practice that continues because people choose to endure it. And that real strength isn't about how much you can lift. It's about how much you can withstand when your body is begging you to stop and you keep going anyway. You'll be sore for a week. The kind of sore where getting out of bed requires a tactical plan and sitting down on a toilet becomes a controlled descent that you're not entirely sure you'll recover from. Your friends will ask how it went and you'll try to explain, but the explanation won't land because they're picturing a workout and what you did was something closer to voluntary demolition. The towel with the stable's emblem sits on your desk now, just a piece of fabric. But every time you see it, you remember the sound of feet hitting clay at dawn, the silence of 12 men eating enough food to sustain a small village, and the specific look in the stable master's eyes when he watched you struggle through your 10th shiko. Not pity, not amusement, just recognition that you tried something real. Sumo training isn't designed to be tried, it's designed to be lived. And for one morning you got a glimpse of what that life demands. Turns out it demands everything, and the people who choose it give exactly that.